Hi Scrappy friends, welcome to our second video in our Keeping It Simple Halloween edition. So the first video in this series always explains my thought process on how I chose what we're going to work on and how we're going to do the next 3 videos. So if you missed that, I'm going to go ahead and link it at the end of this video, and I will also link the entire Keeping It Simple series because this is our 11th round. As you probably know, if you did see that first video, we're also implementing some simple sketches in this round. And I picked 3 from past creative memory virtual crops. And I made this handout where that lists all 3 of them and made it into a PDF form and put it over on my website. So if you want to go and grab that, you can find it right here at my website. Print it off and follow along. So today we're working on this one right here. It is pretty simple. So we have a piece of pattern paper, and I would use icon paper here. These big bold prints like this one that we don't want too much to overtake our layout. And then what they have here is they have 2 inches at the bottom and 1 inch at the top, and then they have a second piece of pattern paper coming down here with this nice banner, and I love that look. The rest of it is very simple. We trimmed down our photos a little bit, and on this particular layout for the background I would use some kind of tonal paper or some kind of very mild background just to help make it pop. If I use just white for this type of layout, I think for me it would just feel a little bit plain. So I like the addition of the pop of color. Let's put this away and we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. So you'll see here I do have some of my supplies on ready to go. And this collection, the Boo-Yah collection, it did not come with too many tonal pieces. It had a lot of icon and a lot of bold prints, which I love, and that will help extend our use of this for lots of Halloween inspired pages. But I did have to go into my stash to find my background piece, and so I have this lined paper here. It's just from one of the Totally Tonal collections, and I thought it was perfect because it's kind of mild but yet gives me a little bit of character and texture in my background. And then I'm also going to bring in this fun jack-o'-lantern candy kind of trick-or-treating paper for the strips at the top and the bottom, and I probably have enough here to do exactly what we need. So I have the scrap, but I also have a full sheet just in case, and I do like the back side, so I might be bringing that in as well. And then like I said, there's not that many tonal pieces, so I went to my stash and found this splashy, grungy, Halloween feeling paper, and I'm going to use that for the strip coming down. So let me trim my papers and we'll come back and we'll get our background all situated. Okay, hold on. I got my icon paper trimmed down and adhered on. I went ahead and changed the background to be vertical stripes instead of horizontal. I just thought that would be a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Once I put the icon paper down, I thought, oh yeah, it's gonna look much better going vertically. I also trimmed this down to 10.5 inches. So if you're following along, it's 2 inches by 10.5 inches. And then we just need to give this a banner cut. So I'm gonna use my ribbon punch here. This is no longer available. If you have it, I think that's great. If not, banners are pretty easy to cut. And there we go. And it's gonna come over here. I'm not gonna adhere it quite yet, and I probably will still be trimming it down till I get the final size. But for now, I'm just gonna place it right there, and we'll come back and work on that. You probably saw in the sketch, there's a little bit of a border here. A smaller circle refers to a thinner kind of border, like maybe a border sticker or a punch out, a little bit on the narrow side, but it's really up to you. And I feel like this layout does have some room for probably like 3/4 of an inch to even 1 inch wide border. So whatever your theme is, punch out a border or use a sticker there if you like. And for mine, I'm gonna bring in this Diamond Windows border making cartridge, and I'm going to punch out 2 rows, 1 for each side. And I'm going to do that on this berry shimmer paper. This has been working out so beautifully for my Halloween layouts. So let me put you on fast forward and I'll be right back. There we go. That's the diamond windows punch out, and I'm gonna put it right up here where it's recommended. And I think what I'll do is I'll have the first diamond on the paper and the remaining 3 hanging off the paper. And this I will trim down to have it right under that border as well. And that's super cute. This is our simple background, and we have all this room here in the center to house our photos. So let's go ahead and bring those photos in. So the sketch has 2 horizontal photos going here, a vertical one over here on the right hand side, and then they've trimmed down some other smaller photos. So I had to make my photos work for this layout, which wasn't hard. There's lots of options and lots of room. So I'm going to start with my horizontal photo right here. It's my main photo. It's the kids all trick-or-treating. And then I'm going to come in with another horizontal photo. This one I trimmed down quite a bit. I didn't need all that background. Then over here I have 2 4x4-inch photos. And this was all about the jack-o'-lanterns this Halloween, that my kids were at the age where they would carve pumpkins for contests at school. So here's all 3 of them for that year. That's our jack-o'-lanterns for the year. Now over here I have a 1 vertical 4x6, which was perfect. These 2 are my main photos. And then I trimmed these photos down as much as I could. I took really up close photos this year. So instead of having the 2 3x4s over here, I'm going to scoot my banner over that way and then bring these in like that. So these are 5 inches wide by 3 3/4 inch in height. So you can see you still have room to keep your photos a little bit bigger and still get everything on. Now that I have all my photos in place, my next step would be, do I want to matte any of them? And I'm thinking, since these are my 2 primary photos, I do want to matte them. And for that, I'm going to bring in this green paper. It is the back side of the candy paper, so I'll get these each matted onto those, and I'll be right back. There we go. The green just adds that little bit pop of color into our layout, brings in some colors from our strips of paper that we included at the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to bring in my journaling card, because I went into my stash and I found this journaling card here. I do want to place it on this side. I have this open area here, but this card is a little bit too big, so I'm going to actually fussy cut around it and leave just a small amount of purple showing. There we go. I like it. I like how it has that paper tear look at the edge down there, and it's going to fit perfect with a slight overlap onto my icon paper there. So that's great. I'm going to wait to bring in my title until I get to embellishing, but for now I'm going to go ahead and get everything adhered down and in place and come back and do my embellishing. And I'd also like to pause here for a moment and take this opportunity to ask you to please click that like button. It really does help to spread my content throughout YouTube. I really appreciate each and every time you do that. So thank you. I'm going to get this adhered and I'll be right back. We are ready to embellish this page. This came together so quickly, so easily, and it truly is a simple to do layout. Okay, so where do I want to embellish? I first want to bring in my title. I took some of the stickiness off my stickers so I can play around with them, and I want this to kind of be my title because that's kind of the theme, and it works perfectly. I'm going to put it over here somewhere. I think it looks great right around here, and maybe even pop that up onto some foam. And so I wanted to bring something in to kind of pop this up. So of course I went into my tray that I made in that first video before the Keeping It Simple series, and I think I'm going to tuck it somewhere like this. These little spider webs have just been coming in so handy for my embellishment cluster bases or the tucking into different embellishments. So I have been loving those. Since I don't scrapbook in chronological order, you're not going to see a whole bunch of spider webs and the same paper over and over in my album. So then I thought, you know what? I want to play off of my son's costume here. He was a witch, and there was quite a few little witchy kind of stickers on the sheet. So I thought I'm going to use them on this layout because it's going to be a perfect way to enhance my photos. So I thought, why not keep decorating onto this banner and bring in this broom to kind of highlight that. And then also in my tray, I had just this purple ring, and I thought I need some more purple over here. So why not just bring it in? And I think I'm going to tuck it right under there and then bring this up. I just want a little bit of color up in that area. Come over here. I left a space here when I adhered these photos because I thought that'd be the perfect place to embellish. So I thought, why not bring in the witch's hat and kind of angle it off like that. And then another broom. This one's cute. It says "Let's Ride," and it looks like they're getting ready to go trick-or-treating. So we'll probably maybe put that on top of the hat. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it on top of the hat and at the top of this photo right here. This one, this cauldron that says "Witch's Brew." See, there was quite a few on here that I thought, wow, these are perfect for this layout. And this one I thought I'm going to bring right down over here somewhere. I kind of want to get this corner between the banner and the photo and my journaling box. So this is going to be perfect, and it's the perfect colors, and it just really pops right there. Then maybe bring in this little scary hand coming out of the witch's brew. Let's see. I don't want to cover up my banner. I do want that to be pretty pronounced. There we go. Then I thought, why not bring in some spiders? I have 3 left, perfect amount, and they're crawling all over this pumpkin. And so I thought this will be the perfect place for them. So I thought one could come right down here somewhere. And then maybe another on this broom. And then this one I want to try and put over here somewhere. So maybe, let's see, let's put this on top. There we go. Yeah, I like this little area. That's cute. It doesn't need anything. I'm going to use the picture as my base and kind of house it all right there. So I think the last place I want to bring in a little something is right over here in this area. I left this wide space here because I like to tuck my photos in tighter to each other so that they look more cohesive and not so spread out. So I have this open area, so I thought I would just bring in a few things from my trays. And I'm going to start with this firework punch out. And over here, my goal is just to bring in some color. So I like that. And then maybe this orange scallop. Let's tuck that in right behind there. And a green banner. I've been loving these banners, as always. I love the little banners just sticking out, adding a little bit of dimension and direction to our layout. So I'm loving that. And then the last thing I want to bring in is this little puffy sticker from my stash, and it has a little bit of purple on it, and it says the word "Eek," and I'm going to place that right up here onto that scallop. So now I brought in lots of color up there as well. And that is my simple layout number 2 for Keeping It Simple. I hope that inspired you to give this sketch a try. There are so many different possibilities we can do with this sketch. Super simple and holds a lot of photos. So give this one a try and let me know if you're going to give this one a try. I'd appreciate knowing that. That's going to wrap up layout number 2, and I'll be back in a couple days with video number 3 in our Keeping It Simple Halloween edition. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.